Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev. Jaya Nara Hari, Jaya Nara Hari, Jaya Nara Hari, Jaya Nara Hari. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. जय श्री श्री नरसिंह भगवान की जय, जय श्री श्री नरहरि की जय, जय श्री श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Can we have this more higher? Or that's it. You can take it up. Oh no. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Any Gita, Bhagavad Gita? Yeah. Oh, it ends. Anyone else is going to speak now? He's coming. Oh, yeah. He's coming at 8. So I'll finish by 8, then he can talk. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe I can play that maybe I can just play that harmonium also.
Harmonium also?
Yeah, just put it here. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah. And take this. You can take that rose. Oh, is this working? It doesn't look very good. Yeah. Must work. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Gopijana Ballabha Giridharadhari. Gopijana Ballabha Giridharadhari. Dasoranandana Braja Janaranjana. Dasoranandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Ballabha Giridharadhari. Jaya Dasoranandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopijana Ballabha Giridharadhari. Dasoranandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Ballabha Giridharadhari. Dasoranandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribala, 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 Nitya Gaura Haribala. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Panamangse Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaji Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Gaura Premanandi. Hare Krishna. My great pleasure to be with you here again this year. And tonight we're to honor His Holiness Sriman Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaji Ki Jai on the occasion of his Vyasa Puja. And today, I believe it would have been his 80th birthday. 80th birthday. And he passed away just recently in May, so just 3 months after. So it's a very special occasion today because the first of Vyasa Puja after his passing in May. So we're all very saddened to lose his direct association, but we're happy that he is now with Srila Prabhupada and with Krishna in the spiritual world, continuing his service. So I don't know exactly how many disciples he has here in Seattle. Does anyone know? Not so many? Huh? 7 or 8. Well, I was talking to one senior disciple. He's the zonal supervisor from Pakistan. His name is Shamananda Krishna. And he said actually Gopal Krishna Maharaj had 45,000 disciples in total around the world. He had 45,000 disciples all over the world. And of course, second to Jayapataka Maharaj has around about 70,000 disciples. But Gopala Krishna Maharaj was number 2 with 45,000 and growing all the time. So it had a huge number of disciples, just so many. Now, I remember many years ago, one disciple asked Prabhupada which verse in the Bhagavad Gita he thought was the most important verse of the Bhagavad Gita. And Prabhupada said, he asked him back, he said that, well, which one do you think is the most important verse from the Bhagavad Gita? And he answered, I think Prabhupada is the one in the 4th chapter where Krishna tells, Tadvidi panipatina pariprashnena sevaya upadikshantite jnanam jnananas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. So Prabhupada, he answered, yes, I think you've understood what is the secret of the Bhagavad Gita. Only by the mercy of the Guru can one come to understanding who is Krishna. And so Prabhupada, this is a very, very famous verse that practically all the devotees in the Hare Krishna movement, they must be knowing this verse from Bhagavad Gita. And actually, I do remember one time we were walking with Prabhupada, and the disciple said, Prabhupada, I want to ask one question. When Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago, and then Prabhupada stopped, and he said, are you a student of the Bhagavad Gita? He said, yes, Prabhupada, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita every day. He said, how you can say that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna spoke just 5,000 years ago? You didn't read? Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan mavyam manavan. What is it? Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan ahamavyam vivashvan manavi prahat manu ikshvakave bravit. That he instructed the sun god more than 120 millions of years ago with this same knowledge. So actually, Krishna spoke this knowledge to the sun god many millions of years ago, not just 5,000 years ago. Of course, he re-spoke it again to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. So Prabhupada says here that the basic principle of the spiritual advancement is spoken by Krishna himself directly, who is Adi Guru, original Guru. Krishna is original Guru of everyone, and he is emphasizing, and he showed, as we see with the Lord Krishna, we see with Lord Ram, Lord Chaitanya, even the incarnations of God, they come to the world and they accept the Guru. So God knows everything. He is original Guru, but when God comes, he accepts the Guru. He doesn't need Guru. He is the Guru of everyone. But he accepts the Guru just to show what is the example that everyone must, and then Krishna emphatically says here. Now, Prabhupada actually says here that the spiritual advancement is undoubtedly difficult, especially in the age of the Kali, to make the spiritual advancement. Therefore, the Lord is saying here, just approach the bona fide Guru in the line of the parampara, the disciplic line from Krishna himself. This is very essential. He must come in the parampara. There must be sampradaya, must be bona fide. That is the way the transcendental knowledge is transmitted from originally apurashaya. This knowledge is apurashaya. Knowledge in this world is purusha, means it is coming from the man, has defects. But the spiritual knowledge of apurashaya means not of the mankind, from God. So that is infallible. So to understand, you must hear from the infallible and pass in the chain of the gurus who become very advanced and receive the mercy of their guru. If you receive the mercy of your guru, who is the best guru? The one who has been the best disciple. He can become the best guru. So, of course, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is guru. He is the Supreme Lord. He wanted everyone to become guru. But in order to become guru, then you have to search out who is the guru and sit very humbly and submissively here. Krishna himself says, pariprashnena sevaya. He says that you have to ask the questions, and seva, you have to do the seva. And one has to be very humble. So these are all principles of making actual advancement on the spiritual path. No one can actually, Prabhupada emphasizes these points here. He says no one can manufacture anything. No one can speculate what is the transcendental knowledge. This must be received from the bona fide guru who is coming in the line of the bona fide gurus that originate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So don't try to manufacture, don't try to speculate. I remember one time we were walking with Prabhupada in the botanical gardens, and he asked the disciple, what is the name of that tree there? And Prabhupada, I think it is such and such tree. And he said, oh, you think? You do not know? I'm not. Well, I'm just thinking. Just go and look, because there's tags there. And he went and came back. Oh no, it's not the tree. It's another tree, Prabhupada. You see, you were thinking, but you didn't know. You have to know. So he was making point. He was making a point. You have to first know, then you can teach. Don't think and try to teach. Just know. So to know, then you have to approach the one who has the knowledge. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you. Why? Because he has seen the truth. So these are very important aspects of making the spiritual advancement. All those who want to make advancement and become disciples should understand these points. It said that the disciple should not be puffed up, thinking himself very great. Janmaishvara Srutashi. Generally, you can become puffed up in the 4 categories are given in the Shastra. Janma, you have your high birth, your family is very high. Aristocratic family or very a big Brahmin family, and so you become puffed up, very proud. And so in front of the Guru, you can't be like that. You have to be humble. And Janmaishvara, Aishvara means very rich. Your family is very rich. You're a very rich person. Why I have to follow I can buy many gurus. Why I have to follow this guru? My family is more higher than the guru family. Why I have to follow him? You understand? You're very puffed up. You will make no advancement like that. Janmaishvara Shruta, or your education is very high. You have BA, MA, PhD, and say why the guru, he should learn from me. Why I have to learn from him? I'm the PhD. Why he should come to me and learn? So this is not right. And of course, Janma Shruta Shribi. Shribi means you're very handsome, beautiful. You have many followers. I have many thousands followers, just like on social media these days. People can have many thousands, sometimes millions of the followers. Why I have to follow Guru? I have many followers. He should follow me. I have so many followers. Well, someone can think like that. But Prabhupada says here that one has to be humble. And you will make zero advancement in the spiritual life. If you know everything already, you're very puffed up, proud, what you will learn? If you want to go to the university, you're studying law, you're studying medicine, and you know everything, then why go there? Why hear from the lecture? You know everything already. You won't learn anything. So if one is very proud, they won't learn. They have to be humble. And one of the ways to be humble is actually through this seva, doing service. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada actually emphasizes on this point. He gives some indication. If one wants to become humble, you render seva, you render service to the devotees, you render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Generally, we like to serve ourselves. We're always thinking about ourselves. But when we serve others, especially great devotees, especially the Supreme Lord, then automatically we have to subordinate ourselves. When you're rendering service to someone else, you have to subordinate yourself. So this is a very good way of making advancement, that you render service. And Prabhupada was very much emphasizing seva, doing the service, do the service. Satisfaction of the spiritual master, Prabhupada says here, is the secret of advancement in the spiritual life. The secret. Now, making inquiries, but not just blindly. You have to ask the questions and get the proper understanding, but not just puffed up, challenging, arrogant. No, this is not the way to make it. You have to serve, you have to be in the position of, your mentality should be menial servant of the Guru. The Guru doesn't need our service. He's self-satisfied. Just like Krishna doesn't need our service, doesn't need our money. Krishna has everything. you can come with banana or apple to Krishna. He doesn't need your banana apple, but he accepts love, the love that is given. There's one story in where Akrura actually he was so happy to have Krishna in his home. He was staying in his home that he went to make an offering of banana to Krishna, but he was so overwhelmed with emotion and crying just to have Krishna there. He peeled the banana and he threw the banana and offered Krishna the peel. And Krishna just took it, and he was starting to eat the peel because that's all right. Because he was accepting the love of Akrura. So it's very, very important to have all these, have this understanding. Blind following is not good. Arrogant challenging is not good. One should hear submissively, but must also get the clear understanding from the spiritual master. And then when the student is submissive and ready to render service, then the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries becomes perfect. Then your spiritual life starts very nicely, and if you follow just a cent per cent in a humble way, rendering service to Guru, he will bless you with more and more advancement on the spiritual path, and at the end of the life, go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the goal. So today, a very special day. So Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he was so devoted to Srila Prabhupada, we saw. And, I was reading some time ago that how he came, he was, I think, a student in Montreal, and he was coming, he asked where the temples, if there were any Hindu temples there, and a friend told him that ISKCON has one temple. He went there, and then just a few weeks later, he was able to meet Srila Prabhupada, who came to Montreal at that time. I forget, 1968 or some year like that. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj remarked, within 2 weeks I knew that he was my guru. Within 2 weeks. Before, I didn't have so much association with the time I would go to the temples in my homeland of the India, but I didn't, although he was a very pious family, I think he was, from the birth name was Gopal Krishna, and at his initiation, Prabhupada said, no need to change, just Gopal Krishna Das. Your name is perfect already. So you will be now Gopal Krishna Das. And so later on, of course, he became Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I think in 1981, a year before me. And then that's the next year he accepted the service of being the guru. But he was very, very attached to Srila Prabhupada. And within a very short time, Prabhupada more or less made him one of his right-hand men. Right-hand men, just a short time later, he sent him to India to govern the whole of the India, to oversee all of the India projects, important projects, Mayapur, Vrindavan, Mumbai, so many important projects in India in the beginning years, and he oversaw that. He was Gopal Krishna Maharaj also was very, very dedicated to the BBT, book distribution. And he was also simultaneously overseeing the ISKCON activities and also overseeing BBT. He was with the first devotees that went to the former Soviet Union and was showing the books to the academics. And I read that he got some certificate from one department in the Soviet Union appreciating Prabhupada's books. And when he went back, I think Prabhupada was in Mumbai at the time, he showed Prabhupada the certificate from the Soviet Union, from the academic field, that giving appreciation for Prabhupada's books. And Prabhupada was so proud of his disciple at that time, Gopal Krishna Das, for going there because it's Soviet Union, not so easy to go there and spread something foreign. But he was so proud. And then also he was very proud of getting that certificate. Whenever he had opportunity, he would show his godbrothers how these books are being appreciated in the Soviet Union even, how the teachings of Lord Chaitanya are spreading far and wide in far-off countries of the world. So Prabhupada was very proud of Gopal Krishna Goswami, and very much appreciate. He pushed on him, and Maharaj told me quite a few times he felt a lot of anxiety because Prabhupada was pushing on him and hard, and especially with the projects, as I said, especially Mayapur and Vrindavan, and of course Mumbai. He was very much involved, and Prabhupada was pushing hard on these. And also, he wanted the book distribution in India. Under Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, the book distribution, India became #1 in the world. I think still today is #1 in the world for the distribution of Prabhupada books. By far, is #1 in the world. And Gopala Krishna Maharaj was very much in the front every year. So he's very enthusiastic when the books are being distributed. And so these are the major areas. In Prabhupada's time, of course, overseeing the projects and the book distribution. And he went to so many countries. Canada, he was also overseeing activities in Canada, in Africa, also in Kenya, and Burma at that time, I think, and other Southeast Asia countries. So he was going all over the world. Soviet Union. Also, he was overseeing. He was a GBC for the Soviet Union. So he was going everywhere. And of course, when he became the guru, he started getting more and more disciples. So 45,000 disciples, as I said to you, 45,000 disciples. So how one can even imagine 45,000 disciples. But at the same time, he's such a special person that he gave time to everyone. So many, not only disciples, but even God brothers, God sisters would tell me that he gave special attention to them. How someone who has 45,000 disciples, so many responsibilities, BBT, Guru, GBC, so many disciples, how he can give so much time to everyone. I'm having trouble just remembering names of devotees, and he was doing so many activities. But I always remember the time when I might have told before here, but one time I arrived in Mayapur. I arrived in Calcutta, and the airline didn't have my baggage, and somehow my baggage didn't arrive from the plane. So then I had to go to Mayapur. I had nothing, just the clothes I was wearing. And so I arrived in the reception at the guest house there, and I just was telling them that I have to get some clothes because I've got no clothes. So somehow or other, that information went to Gopala Krishna Maharaj. Somehow or other. He was staying on the, Gopala Krishna Maharaj, he was staying on the floor, the same floor, the floor down from me. He has his own quarters there. And then within 1 hour, some brahmacharis were knocking on my door, and they had some dhoti, kurta, some because the sannyas cloth. And so Maharaj had sent his own sannyas cloth, and 2 or 3 sets, and very nice too, all silk sets, saffron, silk sets. I didn't say anything to anyone. Somehow or other, Gopala Krishna Maharaj, he found out, and he sent 3 sets of the cloth directly to within 1 hour I got those sets. So then, of course, I went there and I thanked him. One godbrother, sannyas godbrother of mine, he saw me, "Oh, Maharaj, you're dressing very fancy in the silk today." I said, "This is by the mercy of Gopala Krishna Maharaj. Generally, I dress very plainly, but for the few days I was dressing in the silk." So Gopala Krishna Maharaj had given me like that. So he was always he gave so much time to everyone. It's amazing how he could do like that. I was just with him in Mayapur this year, and we were sitting in the same table because when there was different committee, when we have our meetings, we have different committees. Sometimes we go in the different committees and talk over the different subjects. So we were together on one committee, and I was talking. Yes, he was next to me, just talking. Always very friendly, always very positive. And always very humble. And the main thing I always got, he's just a Prabhupada man through and through. Any conversation you had with Gopala Krishna Maharaj, always Prabhupada would come in. Prabhupada said this, and he was a source. I don't know if someone got all his recollections of Srila Prabhupada. It would have made a very valuable book, because now of course, we Prabhupada disciples are becoming more old, and many have already left the world, and in the next few years, most of us will not be here. But the stories of his being with Prabhupada, even little things, I remember, like in Mayapur, and I think in Vrindavan also, even the Chokidar, the guards, they ring the bell every hour. They ring the bell every hour. So Gopala Krishna Maharaj told the story that Prabhupada one time, he was in Mayapur, and he was looking out, and he saw that the guard was sleeping. Because Prabhupada used to stay up in the middle of the night translating, in the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning even he was So one time he went in the veranda, he was looking, he's sleeping there. So to counteract that, he said they have to ring the bell every hour. I always wondered years later, why do they have to ring the bell? Ding! and ding, ding in different places. And so Gopala Krishna Maharaj explained, it came from that. It came from that time when Prabhupada noticed that the guard was sleeping when he should have been awake. So he's supposed to be guarding, but he's just sleeping. So he said that he has to ring the bell every hour. So if I don't hear the bell, then I know he's sleeping. So even little things like that. But Prabhupada gave him a lot of time. Of course, he was Prabhupada's personal secretary quite a few times, traveling with him. And he, especially Prabhupada would, of course, go to Vrindavan and Mayapur, and especially Mumbai a lot. And he would give a lot of time giving valuable instruction to Gopala Krishna Maharaj. So his association with Srila Prabhupada, he was one of the main the right-hand men of Srila Prabhupada, and very loyal to Srila Prabhupada, just always talking of Prabhupada. So he is known like that. So his association, of course, is greatly missed. And today we're assembled here and able to give some glorification to his divine grace, Srila Gopala Krishna Maharaj Ki Jai. So Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for listening. I don't want to take up too much time. I hear Hari Vilas is also coming this evening. I'm not sure exactly.
Until he comes, others can read.
Sorry?
Others can read.
Yeah, if some of the some disciples is here. Yeah, I think some of the disciples, you want to make any homage or something. I think it would be very good. Yeah, but I think give the microphone. One.
Just turn here.
Hare Krishna. So, Gopal Krishna Maharaj was my Guru Maharaj for many, many years, and he will always be my Guru Maharaj forever. Now that he's not here, we need to concentrate on his Vani. Prabhupada ji used to say that there's two ways to associate with a spiritual master, Vapu and Vani. Vapu means personal association when the Guru is here on this world, and Vani is when the Guru Maharaj goes back to Krishna, back to Srila Prabhupada, then his Vani is what is left here for you to associate with him. It's very lucky that we live in this age of information and a lot of technology that can capture a lot of the Vani that Srila Prabhupada and all the other Guru Maharajas had left. All I will say is I will talk about the last 10 instructions of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. His first instruction was always accept His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, as the preeminent Shiksha Guru for all time. Always accept ISKCON's governing body commission, GBC, as the ultimate management authority of ISKCON, and as Srila Prabhupada's representative, and to therefore follow its instructions and directions. Lead your life so as to be exemplary representatives of ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada. Cooperate together with all other ISKCON devotees to push this movement forward. When some of you advance sufficiently to become gurus and sannyasis, to work under the GBC authorized processes and take up those services. Never leave ISKCON. First and foremost, think of yourself as members of ISKCON. Never fight with ISKCON. Resolve your differences internally in a Vaishnava way. Never align yourself with persons or groups not authorized by the GBC. Seriously study Srila Prabhupada's books on a regular basis. Always chant at least 16 attentive rounds every day. Chant at least 25 rounds on Ekadashis and special festival days, and strictly follow the 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxicants, no gambling, and no illicit sex. Work to make ISKCON a dynamic society, and continue donating your time and resources to ISKCON's causes. So a lot of these things, these instructions, talk about what Maharaj just talked about, that Guru Maharaj's instructions were when he was alive, and also when he had gone to Krishna and to Srila Prabhupada. One thing I'll just tell you is that when we had gone to New Delhi once, and I was hoping to see Guru Maharaj there, because that is usually his base, but we were told that he has gone to Russia, and so we won't be able to see him. So we were really disappointed, but since we were there, we said, well, let's go to see the temple and others, there's a museum there, so see the museum and stuff. So my wife and myself, we came down from our room, and then my wife says, oh, we forgot our camera. So I said, well, I can't go without the camera. So I said, I'll go get it. So I went upstairs to my room, and I saw Guru Maharaj coming with Bhakti Charu Swami from the other side. So I paid my obeisances, and I said, Maharaj, they told me you were in Russia. So Maharaj said, yes, I was, but because they were going to move the deities, they called me back. So Krishna wanted me to see Guru Maharaj, so he told the devotees to move him. So that's how much my Guru Maharaj is being missed. Anything else? One other thing I will say. My Guru Maharaj had told me one time that you stay in the temple hall and I will call you. And I stayed in the temple hall, and the last Arati was over, and the people who were there, little by little, they went away. It was like 9 o'clock, 8:39, and I was still waiting. And I said, well, I don't know whether I should leave, because Maharaj said stay. So I was staying. All of a sudden, somebody came up saying, who is Braj Haridas? I said, it's me. So he said, oh, Guru Maharaj is calling you. So Maharaj never forgets something that he tells you. I had introduced my brother to him when we were in Mumbai at one time, and 7 years later, when we went back and met Guru Maharaj, he asked me how my brother was with his name. I couldn't believe it. He remembered that. So that's how pure and how smart Guru Maharaj was. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai. Prabhu. Sit.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी स्वामिनिति नामिने ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. It's indeed my good fortune and privilege that I'm getting an opportunity to glorify my spiritual uncle, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. That also at the lotus feet of Shri Radha Neelamani, Neelamadhav, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, and Shri Gaurnathai. So I had the good fortune of getting a lot of mercy and association, my entire family, from Srila Gopal Krishna Maharaj in Mumbai. Because as Maharaj rightly said, he used to come to Mumbai several times. And in Juhu, which is an ocean where all Srila Prabhupada's disciples normally assemble, either going to Mayapur or going to the western side, we always got an opportunity to take the mercy of such sannyasis. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj was there almost on all festive occasions. The Mangalarti of Radha Ras Biharji opened with Gopal Krishna Maharaj in the altar. It is said that great souls, they always choose a good day to appear and depart. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj appeared on an Ekadashi, another Ekadashi, on 14th August 1944. And since then, his journey has been, we understand that his father basically was an Indian Air Force officer, and he got a lot of discipline. The initial grooming of discipline came from his father, which is essential in spiritual practices. And talking about his, other approaches as a sadhu, Srimad Bhagavatam gives a very nice verse in the 3rd canto. Titikshava karanikehi suhridam sarva bhutanam sarva dehinam ajata shatrava shantaha sadhava sadhu bhushnam. So just like how a cuckoo bird is glorified by its voice and not by the appearance, or how a woman is glorified by the chastity and not by the looks, similarly a sadhu is always remembered and glorified for the qualities, the gunas that he is possessing. So the 6 qualities mentioned here are tolerance, merciful, friendly to all living entities, he is having no enemies, he is peaceful, and he is abiding by the scriptures. So 2 or 3 incidences come to my mind immediately which match the qualities of that is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Once when Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was traveling from Vrindavan to Delhi, and in the car he was chanting his Gayatri mantra, and his eyes was closed, but he realized that something had happened. There was a crow that was flying, and this car hit the crow. And later on, Gopal Krishna Maharaj asked his disciples, what happened? So they said, nothing, Maharaj, just a crow came in the way and it hit against the windshield of the car. And the car proceeded. Maharaj, being so compassionate and merciful, he told the disciple driver to take a U-turn and let's go back to the place where the accident occurred. And after reaching that spot, they were actually, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, searching for the crow. Where is that crow? And eventually they found the crow, and Maharaj said, let's do a Nagar Sankirtan. So the entire Mahamantra was, they chanted there to ensure that the crow gets, liberation. Similarly, on another occasion, when he was coming down the stairs, he noticed one insect, which is, upside down. And he knew that the next step, if he kept, it would be on the insect. So he suddenly withdrew, and he allowed the insect to move aside. And then that was the compassion, because he could see that Krishna is present even in that insect. And yet on another occasion in Radha Parthasarathi temple in Delhi, in the night, there was a dog that was barking and irritating everyone. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj ordered to his disciple, take this dog outside the compound. He's too loud and making sound. After giving this instruction, he called that disciple back and he said, wait a minute, you do one thing, don't shoo off the dog, but you just try to lovingly take it outside. Because he felt that, where will this dog go in the middle of the night? So lovingly you take it out. Then again, before he could go, again he called him back and he said, leave it, let the dog be there, don't disturb it. After all, where it can go in the night and what can it do? It'll let it be okay. So this was the compassion of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And 2 more things I would like to highlight. One is the prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that in every nook and corner, in every village, in every place, there will be Harinam. That has been fulfilled by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Gopal Krishna Maharaj has constructed innumerable number of temples, not only in India but also in Soviet Union, Russia. When in Delhi alone, there are, I'm told, around 15 temples in one city. And in Mumbai, out of the 4, 2 are Radha Giridhari and Radha Madan Mohan are also to the credit of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So this prediction which Mahaprabhu made and the fulfillment, because of his firm, unflinching faith on his spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, that actually produced the result what we are seeing. And finally, I would like to say that Maharaj is so, like Maharaj mentioned about, and also Prabhuji mentioned, that Maharaj has got a very good memory. So now, I am not a disciple. I am His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damasai Maharaj's disciple. But yet he had so much of love for me that whenever he saw me anywhere in the world, in some places, sometimes we say outside India, he remembered, oh, Shyam Chandra Das, you are from Thane. Thane is a small suburb in Mumbai, but he remembers. So as Maharaj said, how can he have so much time? Apart from 45,000 disciples, he's got time for even the people who are outside the disciples. How did he, and he spent so much time. Most recently, in the month of March, I had the opportunity of meeting him in the first week of March, or maybe last week of February, in Radha Rasbira temple in Juhu, because my son Arjun Saka was going to be married in March in Govardhan Eco Village. So my wife and I, we went to invite him in the room number 303 in Radha Rasbira temple. And he was so kind, I thought he'll be so busy and he will not even have time to see the invitation card. He made me sit next to him on the sofa. I said, Maharaj, I cannot sit, I'll sit down. So he said, okay, as you please, but you can sit here also. And he read the card and he said, I just have one feeling to say. Out of 2 sons, maybe 1 son you could have made brahmachari. Like that he told me. So I said, Maharaj, it was not in my hands. I tried my best. But then both of them are preaching and fulfilling their Guru, His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj's wish of preaching everywhere. And they're fulfilling that. So Maharaj was very happy. Then he woke up and he said, would you like to have a darshan of my deities, his personal deities? So beautiful. So he showed me the deities. And on another occasion, I think in 2015, when I told him that I'll be traveling to Moscow for business, his first concern was, where are you going to stay? Where are you going to eat? With whom are you going to associate? So I said, Maharaj, I'm yet to work out on that. So he said, no, I will connect you to Sadhu Priya Prabhu, temple president. And he immediately called Sadhu Priya Prabhu. He gave me his exchange numbers. And then next time when I called Sadhu Priya Prabhu, he said, Prabhu, everything is done. You either stay in the temple or I can stay in my house also. So that was the kind of compassion and love that Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj shared upon all, not only the disciples, but on even the people who were not disciples. So I'm really indebted on this very auspicious occasion of his, Vyasa Puja. I would like to pray at his lotus feet. Maharaj, please bless us. Please continue to give your mercy. We remember you all the time. And we remember some of your subtle instructions which you gave to our family. And we hope to fulfill and satisfy you. And please, I beg for the spiritual advancement through our honest and humble prayers. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Nandya Prabhu, come, finish your.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ramai Swami Maharaj, for being here on this auspicious day and glorify Maharaj. And thank you, His Holiness Harilas Maharaj. Vyasa Puja Mahotsav ki Jai. His Holiness Gopala Krishna Maharaj ki Jai. So I want to share is a Maharaj schedule is a, I think since 2009 to 2020 Maharaj stay our house. But I see Maharaj, it doesn't matter Maharaj coming from where, east, west, north, south. Maharaj wake up 3:30 wake up. So Maharaj doesn't, time changing, no problem there. Same time, same activity. Just Maharaj come from airport to home and home to temple and temple to home and go back to airport. I never see Maharaj ask anything like go to Seattle or somewhere else. Just only temple, home, and that's it. And one time the Maharaj was here, and one of Maharaj was giving the class here. So, but Maharaj want to come and see the deity, but he doesn't want to come because he doesn't want to disturb the class. So we went to somebody's house. Maharaj said, "Okay, let's go drive front of the temples, right? So I can do the office from there." So Maharaj did not come in the temple because he doesn't want to disturb. So he just walk. We just drive from front of the temple. And Maharaj is deity worship is very strictly Maharaj doing. Even he told his personal the brahmacharis in the temples, after taking shower, don't touch the even phone. And one time Maharaj was in Bombay, so Maharaj have two sandals there, one for outside using and one for going for his room to the altar, just for when he do the deity worshipping. And accidentally Maharaj put his feet on the outside sandals. And then he noticed that. Then he said, "Oh, I put the wrong sandals." So he said, "Tell the brahmachari, go to tell the pujari, I'm coming in 5 minutes." So Maharaj, he went again, take a shower, change the again dress, wash clothes, again change dress, everything. Then he put the tilak, then he went to do the deity worshipping. And I see here in my house too. So Maharaj, when he do his deity worshipping, and he hear the one of him disciple reading the Bhagavatam. So when disciple readings, and if Maharaj miss anything, he said, "Okay, go back, read again." So sometimes Maharaj repeat like 2 times. He go back again and the read again. And the memory, Ramai Maharaj already, Harila Bharzari Prabhu mentioned the above memory. And the Ramai Maharaj mentioned about the timing. His timing, he give the time everyone. Doesn't matter who is. Is disciple or not disciple, he have a time for God brother, God sisters, everybody. Sometimes devotee traveler from Russia or US or anywhere, and Maharaj have a time for lunch or anything, and sometime very late Maharaj take a lunch. They sometime in the evening 6 o'clock. So the disciples tell the visitors, just devotees, just stay, wait. Maharaj is very tired right now, taking lunch. And if Maharaj here, he said, no, call them. Bring them inside. They fly from far away and I don't have time. No, I can take a lunch later. So this is the Maharaj, and the memory is always remember the names, and it doesn't matter. And the Maharaj is always remember everyone here. Even one time he gave the initiation, and next year he come and he asked me, "Okay, this guy is coming or not?" And sometime some devotee they're not coming, so he said, "Okay, call them." So I called them, and they said, "Oh no, we busy." So Maharaj is repeating 2-3 years like that, and they don't come. Then Maharaj said, "Okay." So the memory is best, Maharaj. Yeah. And the other thing is and the Maharaj timing, the Maharaj go by his schedules very. Maharaj, he come once a year and fly from Boaiji to here. So he always tell me, okay, that's the flight, that's the timing, we choose. And so because he want to come on the lunch time, or if he come early, then he go for walk and then take a lunch. And Maharaj always take a 3 times shower and 3 change the dress too. 3 times he change the dress, always change the dress. So he take a shower in the morning, then he go for walk, come back, and before the lunch, then he take a shower again, and before coming to temple, then take a shower again, and sometimes 4 too. Yeah. And the one time Maharaj get up early mornings, I try to not deep sleep in case Maharaj needs something. So I try to wake up and I make sure the Maharaj, if needs, so one time the Maharaj have coughing in the night, about like around 3 o'clock. And then I get up, I said, Maharaj, do you need water or anything? Or I can call Janardhan Maharaj. He was just in the next room. He said, no, don't disturb anybody. I'm okay. And just Maharaj, and I went to back in his room. And after 1 hour, he just go in the shower and taking shower. So this is the Maharaj, and Maharaj is his temple, Delhi temple, come in book distribution number 1 always. And Bhagavatam Maharaj always read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. One disciple asked Maharaj, how much I listen to you and Prabhupada? Maharaj said, 10% from me, 90% from Prabhupada. So always Prabhupada, always Maharaj is just very, always dedicated to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada asked Maharaj, build a temple, 12 temple in Delhi. And I'm surprised, I'm from Delhi. And Delhi was not big that time, actually, when Prabhupada was here that time. Delhi was very small that time. But Prabhupada had vision, and a 12 temple. So that time was just 2-3 temple, okay, that time, I mean. But now it's a grow so much. So now Delhi have like, I think, 16, 17 temples. So Maharaj said in one of his lectures, when they built the second temple in Punjabi Bagh. So Maharaj said, we were thinking devotee will be divided and the less people coming. But now we see the many temples, but devotee is coming more and more, public coming now. Hard to control. Yeah, so and that's the Maharaj's dedication and surrender to Prabhupada. Whatever the Prabhupada instruction, Guru Maharaj always follow. And his when in his will, when he make the will, he review his will every year or 2 years. And then he have not many things he own. He own one is a Rolex watch given by Prabhupada. So that time, one of them, I heard that in one glorification, one Maharaj mentioned that. Prabhupada put the many watch on the table. And Prabhupada said, okay, go take the one watch. And Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj went there and he picked the Rolex. And the Prabhupada said, it's a good choice. Yeah. And the one, this Rolex Maharaj given to the one, his disciple, is a big donor in Delhi. So give to him. And 2 laptops, so Maharaj give to the secretary. And what else? One is a Maharaj have one devotee, his disciple bought the property, one plot in Vrindavan. So he said, sell it, this one is go to the ISKCON, the Vrindavan, whatever the money there. And one other one is a $3,000 was in here in US for keeping the green card for that Maharaj account here. So he said, this one is to go to the ISKCON. So Maharaj said in his will, I am sannyasi, I have no dependents, everything is belong to ISKCON. Hare Krishna, His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
I was about to ask their permission. नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपस्थाय भूतले श्रीमति गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी नाम्ने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यं ये प्रकाशं वितरिच्य प्रवचन कृत्वा न साधु भागवतपति तेन मे। 5th May 2024 जब महाराज हम हमारे बीच में नहीं है, लेकिन महाराज वो कमी तो आज कोई भी पूरी नहीं कर सकता है, लेकिन इसी तरह महाराज का ग्लोरिफिकेशन करके हम अपने आप को प्योरीफाई कर सकते हैं। महाराज का प्रभाव इतना जोरदार था कि जो देखता महाराज को वो इमीडिएटली आकर्षित हो जाता था। देहरादून जाने के पहले महाराज की, खाली उसी देहरादून की बात है जहाँ से प्रस्थान किए थे, देहरादून जाने के पहले महाराज से कोई एक इन्फ्लुएंशियल पर्सन मिलने के लिए आए। महाराज ने उनसे डिस्कशन किए बिना, इंट्रोडक्शन किए बिना उनसे सीधा पूछा कि आप मायापुर गए हैं? तो उन्होंने कहा मैंने तो मायापुर का नाम भी नहीं सुना है। तो उन्होंने कहा ये तो मायापुर जहाँ चैतन्य महाप्रभु अपीयर हुए, जहाँ कलयुग में भगवान ने अवतार लिया, जहाँ हमारा भव्य मंदिर बन रहा है, वहाँ इतना सुंदर टापू है और वहाँ इतने छोटे छोटे आइलैंड्स हैं। खाली महाराज के कहने से वो इतना प्रभावित हुआ कि उसने कहा कि मैं तो मायापुर जाऊँगा ही। तो मायापुर ने कहा कि वहीं महाराज ने कहा कि वहीं पे जय जय श्री राधा, वहीं मायापुर के कोई भक्त बैठे थे। तो महाराज ने कहा इनके साथ आप जाइए और जाके आइए। तो वो इतना इन्फ्लुएंस, इतना प्रभावित हुआ कि उसने कहा कि मैं मायापुर के लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ। तो महाराज ने उन भक्त की तरफ देख के कहा कि हमको क्या चाहिए मायापुर में बताइए। तो उन भक्त ने कहा कि महाराज हमको वहाँ पर हमारे ही मशीन की ज़रूरत है, हमको वहाँ एक हमारा ही मशीन की ज़रूरत है। तो उसने कहा मैं मायापुर जाऊँगा भी सही, और मैं ये कमिट करता हूँ कि अगर वहाँ हमारा ही मशीन आएगी तो मेरे थ्रू ही आएगी। फिर इतना ही ख़त्म नहीं हुआ, उसने वापस पूछा कि महाराज जी मैं और कुछ कर सकता हूँ? तो महाराज जी ने वापस उस भक्त की तरफ देखा और भक्त ने कहा कि वहाँ महाराज जी हमको सोलर पैनल्स की ज़रूरत है। तो मैं ये भी कमिट करता हूँ कि मैं मायापुर जाऊँगा और वहाँ सोलर पैनल आएंगे तो मेरे से ही आएंगे। अभी इसमें ये डिस्कशन खाली 5 मिनट का भी नहीं था। अभी महाराज से वो मिले हुए खाली 5 मिनट भी नहीं हुए थे उनको। 5 मिनट के अंदर अंदर उसने खाली कितने करोड़ों रुपए का महाराज को स्पॉन्सर कर दिया। ये इन्फ्लुएंस होता है। महाराज टाइम टू टाइम टेस्ट करते हैं किस तरीके से कैसे करना है। हाँ, बताते नहीं है लेकिन टेस्ट करते हैं। रात के 11:30 बज रहे थे, महाराज आए कहीं से, तब देखा कि यार वहाँ पे तो कहीं से ये एक जगह लाइट जल रही है अब इसके पास में। तो कि कौन सी दुकान खुली हुई है? क्योंकि नहीं महाराज, जो उनके साथ उनके सर्वेंट चल रहे थे, महाराज नहीं दुकान नहीं खुली हुई है, ये तो ठेका है। क्योंकि क्या ठेका क्या होता है? क्योंकि महाराज जहाँ पे वाइन विस्की वगैरह मिलती है, रम वगैरह मिलती है, अच्छा तो ये कितनी बड़ी बोतल होती है? तो महाराज 750 ml की होती है। अच्छा कैसे पीते हैं इसको? तो कोई नीट पीता है, कोई पानी डाल के पीता है। जो उसके पास में दूसरे भक्त बैठे हुए थे, महाराज ये नहीं पूछ रहे हैं कि इसमें कितना पानी डालना है, वो ये देख रहे हैं कि तुम कितने पानी में हो। कहते हैं ना बच्चा और बूढ़ा दोनों समान होते हैं। हाँ, कहते हैं ना बच्चा और बूढ़ा दोनों समान होते हैं। तो महाराज की सारी एक्टिविटी, कभी इतने भोले बनते थे, कभी बच्चे की तरह होते थे। मायापुर की यात्रा पे थे, जब जय पताका महाराज के साथ में नाव में जाने का, महाराज दोनों को एक साथ जाने का मौका मिला। तो जब महाराज इस तरफ बैठे थे, जय पताका महाराज उस तरफ बैठे थे, तो उन्होंने देखा कि यार उनके सर्वेंट ने, जय पताका महाराज के सर्वेंट ने कुछ निकाल के उनको पिलाया। तो उन्होंने अपने सर्वेंट को बुलाया, उन्होंने उनको क्या पिलाया? तो उनके सर्वेंट को बुलाया, अच्छा है इधर, वो क्या पिलाया? तो क्या, मैंने तो गोमूत्र पिलाया। तो उससे क्या होता है, बहुत हेल्थ अच्छी रहती है, स्ट्रेंथ आती है। तो वो अपने सर्वेंट को कहते हैं, तो तुम मेरे को क्यों नहीं पिलाते हो? तो अच्छा ठीक है महाराज, मैं कल लेके आऊँगा। कल लेके आए, गोमूत्र लेके आए। तो वो गो महाराज के सामने, महाराज जब बैठे थे, वो टाइम मिला तो वो महाराज के सामने ही उसके अंदर पानी डाल रहे थे। तो महाराज ने देखा, तो क्या कर रहे हो तुम? नहीं महाराज, मैं आप नीट नहीं पी सकोगे, पानी डाल रहा हूँ। तो नहीं नहीं, ये जय पताका महाराज के उन शिष्यों ने, उन्होंने तो नहीं पिलाया था, उन्होंने तो नहीं मिलाया था, मैं भी ऐसे ही पीऊंगा जैसे आया है वैसे ही। महाराज ने जैसे ही एक घूंट लिया, नहीं कि उनका तो एक घूंट क्या, पूरा का पूरा उतर गया अंदर, और पूरा चेहरा लाल। अंदर से बर्निंग हो रहा है, इट इज बर्निंग, इट इज बर्निंग। फिर किसी तरीके से उनको चीनी वीनी शुगर वुगर खिला के उनको शांत किया कि अच्छा हाँ ठीक है। फिर वो सर्वेंट पूछता, महाराज जी कल भी लेके आऊं? उसके बाद महाराज ने सब कुछ लिया, लेकिन गोमूत्र अगले आगे से नहीं लिया। बस यही महाराज जी से हम प्रार्थना करते हैं, हमारे ऊपर अपनी ब्लेसिंग्स रखें, हमको अपनी दृष्टि प्रदान करें ताकि हम कृष्णा की सेवा कर सकें। हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू।
Hare Krishna. I don't have much interaction with Maharaj, but I see Maharaj many, many years here. But I just want to say a couple of things to purify myself. It's not that you don't know. So Maharaj, as you were speaking about Maharaj's compassion, I heard about one thing. When Maharaj was in the Vrindavan, talking to his disciples inside, somebody came and asked, can I see Maharaj? Maharaj is busy, somebody's servant told. And he said, shouted, these gurus like this, they don't meet anything, that he left. And after that, Maharaj came out and asked, who came here? And they told somebody, no, we don't know Maharaj, somebody came. Maharaj asked his disciple to go and find his details and get his address. Maharaj personally went to his home and met him. That was his compassion, that's what I heard. And one thing, last year when I went to India, I was in Delhi, one of the guest houses, and I saw one poster, it got my attention. In the poster it was saying, book distribution is the heart of ISKCON. If book distribution is weak, ISKCON is weak. So keep up book distribution, don't let it down. That was Maharaj's compassion. I see always Maharaj is leading book distribution, it's like always number one in India. I see these Maharaj disciples go all over the India. I thought initially they were in only Delhi, they distribute so many books. But I came to know that they drive every part of the India, distribute all over. And it's making possible what Srila Prabhupada mentioned. I also want to say one more thing. One time, Prabhupada always wants him to, Gopala Krishna Maharaj wants to please Srila Prabhupada anyway. And he found in Bombay one of the best bookstore. He arranged Prabhupada books there. And later came to know that after some time, not many books were sold. Then Maharaj went and talked to Prabhupada. Maharaj, I arranged a big store and we put your books, it did not go. Then Prabhupada said, my books are distributed by enthusiasm, not by the book brand of the company. So you should have enthusiasm to distribute. Then that got Maharaj so intense, and Then he pushed his disciple to distribute more enthusiastically, not like looking for displaying in some bookstores or something. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you for giving.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपस्ताय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपस्ताय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी नामिने. So our spiritual life, my and my wife's spiritual life actually began by the blessings of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj used to come every year, and he will see all the new devotees and then he'll call and talk with them. Then once he called both of us and asked, how many rounds you are chanting? We said, nothing, Mother. We didn't start to chanting. So then Maharaj said, okay, today onwards we're going to chant 8 rounds. So this is how we began our chanting. The blessings of Vaishnava is such that by the empowerment of them, we are able to do that. And then next year Maharaj again came and he called us again actually. And he said, he directly started speaking like this. Last year I told you to chant 8 rounds. Are you following that? I said, yes, Maharaj, we are trying to chant our rounds. So he said, now, today onward, 16 rounds. So this is how merciful Maharaj was. And today morning, I was discussing with T.K. Prabhu. He was telling that he was so lucky, staying close to temple. So yeah, I said we are really very lucky, and by the blessings, the first devotee actually before we moving to the home, Maharaj was coming to Seattle. So I asked, I don't remember. I think I asked either Akrura Prabhu or Prabhuji maybe that can Maharaj stay in our home, and he agreed to that. So he was the first person, even before we moving, actually, because of Maharaj, we preponed our move. So, and Harilas Maharaj came and, very quickly did the homam and all the stuff. So, Maharaj had a lot of influence in our spiritual life. His instructions had made a lot of impact, and he was so personal. And one time, actually, I was sitting here in the class, and Maharaj was sitting here giving class. And after the class, he said, so tomorrow morning, do we have Bhagavatam class? How many of you are coming? So I was not planning to come because I was used to, I was thinking, I was working in downtown area, right? So drive in the morning, commute is bad. So then everybody said, many of the devotees said yes. So then he directly looked into me and he said, are you coming? So I couldn't deny. So then I had, he could understand that I was not planning to come. But then because of his blessings, we were able to come and join the class. Okay, so many nice instructions. So this day, Maharaj, we pray to you. Please bless all of us. So we continue to follow your instruction and progress in our spiritual life. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gopala Krishna Maharaj ki jai. So, on the 30th of March, 1969, Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to Gopala Krishna Maharaj, and he said, my dear Gopala Krishna, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter of March 21st, along with a check for $75 Canadian. And I thank you very much for this contribution for the deity. And also, I am very much obliged to you that you are going to send me another lot of $250 for my book fund. Yes, my Guru Maharaj advised me to give more stress on publication work, so most probably I shall try to concentrate my energy in this department very shortly. Perhaps you know that we are going to print the BTG every month 20,000 copies, and maybe very soon we shall increase to 50,000 copies. If you kindly help me in distributing these books and literature, it would be a very great help for my missionary activities. You are working as sales organizer, so you can think up the sales organization side by side, and if possible, try to help. My next scheme is to develop the New Vrindavan scheme, and I require $3 million. Immediately, I have got about 25,000 worth of books or more. If you think of how to organize sales, then we can promote more and more books, and with the profit thereof, we can spend in so many departments. The people of the Western country, they are fond of reading books, and by propaganda work, we have to change their taste and divert them from reading all worldly literatures to transcendental literature. Please think of this carefully and let me know if you can help. You write to say that these days the educated class of people have rejected devotional service, and it is their misfortune. This means they are not being educated, rather they are being degraded. According to the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam, if one is not a devotee, then he has no good qualifications. And if one is simply a devotee, it is to be supposed that he has got all the good qualities. For the present, you do not try to have a small temple in your house, because I know that you are not strictly vegetarian. I do not know whether now you are also strictly vegetarian, but unless you become so, don't try to have a small temple in your house as proposed by you. The 4 principles which we ask our students to follow, namely restraining illicit sex, life, etc., must be the basic principles of spiritual life. I am glad that you are preparing for your exam, and after that, please try to move the Indian papers. Now, how Krishna consciousness movement is improving and flourishing here in USA, while the Indian boys and girls have rejected it. Illustrated Weekly of India has sometimes back published our article, maybe December 21st, 1967. So if you remind them and send them more articles and photos, they will surely be glad to print them on receipt of them. From here, I am going to San Francisco, then LA, and then to New York by the 10th of April, and I shall be glad to hear from you at your convenience. And I thank you once more for your contribution and kind letter. Hope this finds you well. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai. Okay, so this was a nice letter by Srila Prabhupada to Gopala Krishna Maharaj early on. And then again on the 16th of March, 1969, Srila Prabhupada wrote, "My dear Gopala Krishna, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated March 7, 1969, and thank you very much for it. I am sorry I could not acknowledge receipt of your money, but it was deposited in the bank, less $3 and some cents, about $4. So next time when you send me your contribution, you can send it in American dollars. Otherwise, they deduct some exchange difference. You can send me always your long letters. It is very pleasing to me, and I am so glad that you want to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra every day. And you can chant immediately, but you should also, at the same time, follow strictly the 4 principles of restraint and avoid the 10 kinds of offenses in the matter of chanting. It will be quickly effective. I'm very glad to learn that you have vowed to follow these 4 principles as far as you can in your lifetime. And because you are so sincerely trying to push yourself in the matter of Krishna consciousness, Krishna is giving you some intelligence also, and you are thinking in so many nice ways in the matter of serving the Lord. I am also glad to learn it. You are returning to India by August of 1970. Do you think that you will not come back again in Canada? If so, then I shall give you some work which you can nicely perform in India, informing them about the Krishna consciousness movement in the Western countries. To tell you frankly, one of the objects of my missionary activities is to bring to notice of the educated Indian public that devotional service originated from the Indian side in its pure form, propounded by educated public, and the leaders of Indian people specifically are deliberately violating all the principles of the original spiritual culture in the name of secular state. When India was divided into Hindustan and Pakistan, there was good opportunity for the Hindu Indians to follow strictly the principles of Bhagavad Gita, and the state religion should have been declared Krishna consciousness. Mahatma Gandhi was a great advocate of Bhagavad Gita, and when he was alive, I requested him to preach, but I did not receive any favorable reply from him because he was too much politically contaminated. So anyway, taking consideration of India's present governmental policy in the matter of educated public opinion, I do not think that in India there is any immediate possibility of spreading Krishna consciousness very seriously. Under the circumstances, if you go to India, you have to make some propaganda against this attitude of the government and the public. Your desire for opening many temples is very laudable, but unless you prepare some temple worshippers, then the temples will remain vacant. So in this age, it is more important to create devotees than to construct temples. My Guru Maharaj advised me to give more stress on literary work such as publishing books and magazines in Krishna consciousness, and temple opening is a secondary consideration. I am just trying to open some temples in the Western countries because there is none. So far, India is concerned. Still, there are millions of temples, but gradually the number of temple worshippers is diminishing. Perhaps you know that recently, within 50 years, our capital, New Delhi, has developed tremendously, but the constructor of the New Delhi city has not erected even a single temple. So this is the tendency. Neither it is recommended in the scriptures to give more stress to temple building. The best thing is in this age to propagate the Sankirtan movement. So I shall be very glad to utilize your energy in this Krishna consciousness movement as you are willing volunteer. May Krishna bless you with more Krishna conscious activities, and you will feel a glorious life by Krishna's grace. I wish that all your good desires may be fulfilled without delay. Thanking you once more, your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Just see how much love and devotion Prabhupada was giving Gopal Krishna Maharaj, how he confided in him, and how he depended on him to be a real spreader of Krishna consciousness in India and the whole world. But when you hear the way Prabhupada is speaking, perhaps you know that recently, within 50 years, our capital, New Delhi, has developed tremendously, but the constructor of the New Delhi city has not erected even a single temple. Well, what did Gopal Krishna Maharaj do? He constructed now 18 temples in Delhi. So he's a real devotee of Srila Prabhupada because he did everything Srila Prabhupada wanted him to do. Also, it says, to tell you frankly, one of the objects of my missionary activities is to bring to notice of the educated Indian public that devotional service originated from the Indian side in its pure form, propounded by educated public and the leaders of Indian people specifically, are deliberately violating all the principles of India's original spiritual culture in the name of secular state. Well, by opening up now 18 temples in Delhi, it's to have a dynamic, let's say, spiritualization of the population of that city. And that's exactly what is happening. And so Gopal Krishna Maharaj understood Prabhupada's heart, and he did everything to please Prabhupada in this lifetime. So we're dealing with a Superman devotee who dedicated everything, all his energy, to pleasing Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so then again, in another letter, Prabhupada writes, "My dear Gopal Krishna, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter of March 21, along with a check for $75 Canadian, and I thank you very much for this contribution for the deity. And also, I am very much obliged to you that you are going to send me another lot of $250 for my book fund. Yes, my Guru Maharaj advised me to give more stress on publication work, so most probably I shall try to concentrate my energy in this department very shortly. Perhaps you know that we are going to print BTG every month, 20,000 copies, and maybe very soon we shall increase to 50,000 copies. If you kindly help me in distributing these books and literature, it would be a very great help for my missionary activities. You are working as a sales organizer, so you can think up the sales organization side by side, and if possible, try to help. My next scheme is to develop the new Vrindavan scheme, and I require $3 million. Immediately, I have got about 25,000 worth of books or more. If you think of how to organize sales, then we can promote more and more books, and with the profit thereof, we can spend in so many departments. The people of the Western country, they are fond of reading books, and by propaganda work, we can have to change their taste and divert them from reading all worldly literatures to transcendental literature. Please think of this carefully and let me know if you can help. You write to say that these days the educated class of people have rejected devotional service, and it is their misfortune. This means that they are not being educated, rather they are being degraded. According to the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam, if one is not devotee, then he has no good qualifications. And if one is simply devotee, it is to be supposed that he has got all good qualities. For the present, you do not try to have a small temple in your house, because I know that you are not strictly vegetarian. I do not know whether now you are also strictly vegetarian, but unless you become so, don't try to have a small temple in your house as proposed by you. The fourth principles which we ask our students to follow, namely restraining illicit sex life, etc., must be the basic principles of spiritual life. I am glad that you are preparing for your exam, and after that, please try to remove the Indian papers, how Krishna consciousness movement is improving and flourishing here in USA, while the Indian boys and girls have rejected it. Illustrated Weekly of India has sometimes back published our article, maybe December 21, 1967. So if you remind them and send them more articles and photos, they will surely be glad to print them on receipt of them. Okay, so this just gives you an idea of how much Srila Prabhupada invested his time and energy in Gopal Krishna Maharaj, because he recognized his unique qualities. He was a person who could get things done. And with the help of Srila Prabhupada and his inspiration, Gopal Krishna Maharaj achieved gigantic success in printing books and distributing them all over the world, especially throughout India and in Russia. So he understood Prabhupada's heart, and to please his dear Gurudev, he gave all his energy to making devotees and spreading books, Prabhupada's books, and also developing many, many temples, not only in India, but in other countries also, in Russia and in other countries. So this is what you would call the effort of love and devotion for the spiritual master. When one really loves the spiritual master, then they will try and please the spiritual master. And Prabhupada was very, very pleased by Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So that means that he is with Prabhupada right now and doing more service for him wherever Prabhupada is. And this is an eternal thing. People never really die. They just change their bodies. And so he is with Prabhupada now and helping him exactly the same way he did here when he was present. So then, one more thing I'll read, and then we'll stop. Another letter, April 30th, 1969. My dear Gopal Krishna, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated April 23, 1969, and was very pleased to note the contents. You are very anxious to have engagement in Krishna's service. So my immediate best service for you is to help organize the sales promotion of my books. I have already got 5 books, 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam, 1 volume of Bhagavad Gita as it is, and 1 volume of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. This year, most probably, we will have another 3 books, namely Nectar of Devotion and 2 further volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the future hope for expansion is selling of books and magazines. So if you can make some organizational idea, you will please send it to me, and I shall consider it. I am very glad that you are thinking of marrying. Why don't you marry one Krishna conscious girl? I think instead of going to India, you should find out some Krishna conscious girl, either from America or Canada. We have got so many nice girls in Krishna consciousness, and she will help you in your further advancement. You are already accustomed to the climate in this part of the world, and you have got a nice job. Therefore, I would recommend you to get married here. Lord Ramachandra once said that wife can be found in every country. Deshe deshe kalatra trani deshe deshe means in every country, and kalatra trani means wives. So all the Kshatriyas married in different countries. Of course, you are not expected to have many wives in different countries. But if you have one wife in one country, that does not hamper. But I recommend you to marry one Krishna conscious girl from our group. Then you will be happy. I hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So you see, Prabhupada had a lot of love for Gopal Krishna Maharaj, even from the very beginning. This is from April 1969. He could understand the potential of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and he supported him and gave him all, let's say, chances to advance in Krishna consciousness, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj accepted everything. And then he became such a dynamic devotee, and he was able to, by the mercy of Prabhupada's, let's say, energy, do so many wonderful things in spreading Krishna consciousness. So we're very fortunate to have such great devotees in ISKCON. But Gopal Krishna Maharaj stands to be one of the most prominent and successful devotees of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bando Moi Savadhana Mate Tahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te क्या चित ते करिया क्या अरे ना करी हो माने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति ते प्रसाद पूरे सर्वा आशा चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जते वेद गाए जहाँ रे चरितो वेद गाए जहाँ रे चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनारा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनारा बंधु लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया हा हा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोहे पद छाया एबे जास गुसुक त्रिभुवाना एबे जास गुसुक त्रिभुवाना शिला प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शिला प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा शिला गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा शिला गुरुदेवा नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Srila Guru Deva. Nittai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gora Hari Bol. Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj ki jai. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचार्य स्त्रोत सतेसी भक्ति वेदांत श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचार्य श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य शिलाईदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गौर गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। व्यास पूजा महोत्सव की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories. Srila Prabhupada की जय। श्री श्री गुरुदेव गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। व्यास पूजा महोत्सव की जय।
So thank you very much for celebrating the our illustrious dear devotee Gopal Krishna Maharaj, a very dear friend of mine, and a very dear friend of many, many devotees in this temple and all over the world. So he was definitely Srila Prabhupada's completely dedicated servant. So we should be inspired by him. We should always be inspired by his example of complete surrender to Srila Prabhupada. That means when you completely surrender to your bona fide Guru and Krishna, then you become a very exalted person. The whole purpose of Krishna consciousness is to surrender our life and soul to Krishna and Guru. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai.
find the book. Om Agyantimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasme Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padkamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Vitamsha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Niti Namne Prabhu Padaya Se Sahitam Ya Prakasaya Vitriyacha Pracharam Kartman Sadhu Bhagavat Padayate Namah Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namne Sri Varshabhanvi Devi Dayate Kripa De Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Nama Madhuryojula Premadha Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Da Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti Vigraya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaur Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murte Viparlamba Sambodhe Padam Bhojayate Namah Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidan Namne Gaur Sakti Savrupaya Rupanuga Vrayate Gaur Avirbhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajana Priya Vaishnav Sarvoma Sri Jagnathayate Namah Vancha Kaltruvescha Kirpa Sindhue Bhevcha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnai Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurtavishe Namah Panch Tattvakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Savrupakam Bhakta Avtaram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Satkikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Jayatam Surtopango Mama Manda Matergati Mat Sarvasa Padam Bhojo Radha Madan Mono दिव्याद वृंदा कल्पाद्रुमदा श्रीमद रत्नागारा सिंहासनास्तो श्रीमद राधा सिरला गोविंद देवो पष्टालिभि सवमानु समरामी श्रीमान रासरसारंभी वामसी वत्तता स्थिता कृष्णन वेणु सवनेर गोपीर गोपीनाथ श्रेयस्तो ना तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वर्षभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्णा गोस्वामिनिति नामने प्रभुपदाय स साहित्यम या प्रकाशाय वित्रिया च प्रचारम कृतवान् साधु भागवत पदाय ते नमः। एष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। ओके। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्णा गोस्वामिनिति नामने प्रभुपदाय स साहित्यम या प्रकाशाय वित्रिया च प्रचारम कृतवान् साधु भागवत पदाय ते नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्णा गोस्वामिनिति नामने प्रभुपदाय स साहित्यम या प्रकाशाय वित्रिया च प्रचारम कृतवान् साधु भागवत पदाय ते नमः। एष पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj, Jai Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So please clean up the temple where the flowers are there on the carpets, clean up the area, and then take the prasadam down, and please make sure that everyone gets it. So just form a line and take it in orderly fashion, right? The run of prasadam, everybody should get it. It's a mercy. So we have the regular prasadam. This is Maha. So you can take a little. Hare Krishna.